question is, okay, you're saying by law, you will do this. What are the penalties? Are they monetary? Or are they, what are the penalties if you do not meet your obligation?
Stuart knows more about annexation.
I don't want to give a legal opinion, but I think that you can virtually sue the city.
Who could?
I'm not going to give you legal advice.
Who could sue the city?
The citizens can de-annex, petition for de-annexation if the services are not met.
We could become independent from the city of Austin again if they did not keep our parks and pools up to the level that they are now.
Correct.
Where is that?
That is in section.
It's in the law.
Of the local government chapter.
It is.
It's part of the annexation law under the Texas Code.
Who would take over?
We would be
Who would take over upon annexation?
We revert back to what we were, or we're on our own. That's part of the risk you take. We're all taking a risk here. The city's taking a risk, we're taking a risk.
But let us go over all these questions, and then again, if there is any question comes up, then we can discuss it. But I got the bad stuff.
Let me finish on the basic part.
So there's a whole new group of people that will be hired.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all.
What happens to the current employees?
They could apply for the job. The next question I have is how often will athletic fields be mowed, aerated, and treated for firing? And we would adopt your schedule, which I believe is the athletic fields are mowed weekly, they're aerated 6 times a year, and fire ants treatment as needed. So we're just following the existing schedule, which is consistent with what we do with all our other fields. Next question is, how often will the courts be checked to see if maintenance is needed? And typically, when the guys are out here, they check all the facilities, but we can give special instructions, a couple of times a week, go and walk the courts, make sure everything's okay. Or the nets are up, and anything needs to be attended to. So that's simply an assignment. People are already coming out. Okay, those are the maintenance and operations questions. So Farhad will take the next section.
The bad stuff. Will the city maintain an online reservation system for Andersonville athletic fields? The answer is no. We don't have an online system at this point. And if anytime the city annexes that area and we start accepting those different systems, then we're not going to be able to handle a few different systems. Then at this point we don't have it. We are working, however, with the city, with our CTM, which is our computer folks, trying to create our online programming so we can do online reservation, online registration. Right now, the city, we don't have it. Okay, that's something, I just want to be honest, we don't have it. That means we're going to have a person sitting in a location to get the phone calls to do the reservation.
Excuse me, would that also include the tennis courts?
Okay, now that's going to be different issue because the tennis courts, the size of tennis courts y'all have, in our parks is free to the public. Then technically we're going to have to work with Austin Energy to set it up so you can turn the lights on and use it for free. Then it becomes a first come, first serve. So we don't charge for the tennis courts or racquetball courts. That's something that y'all need to keep in mind.
The Austin Energy when it's Pernalis Electric.
Then it'd be Pernalis Electric that we have to work on to set up a system, or we have to get an electrician to come set up a system so that you can turn lights on, and then it shuts off at 10 p.m.
So
And the courts are going to be available to all cities.
So the court would unlock all of them?
It'll be unlocked, that's right. It's going to be left unlocked. Now, let me kind of tell you all this, also part of the budget. I have staff for the facility behind the tennis center, the facility that you're using it for seniors travel. We actually, I'm setting up a recreation staff. I'm asking for supervisor, coordinators, program specialists, so we can provide programs, recreation programs for seniors and for children. And that's something that we have in place in the budget. That's in addition, because we figured if there is a building there, might as well try to utilize it.
Hi, Farhad. Point of clarification on tennis courts. What the district currently has is a system that allows a key holder to go in and that activates the lights and so forth. Are you saying the city would disable all that and go with a...
We have to, just because the tennis court is going to be supposed to be available to all taxpayers. Okay?
Okay.
And we don't charge in that side of, like, it's different for us having a tennis complex with a pro that's actually charging and teaching versus a neighborhood tennis center that's like 2 courts. You know, it's much, for us, that's what we do in every other neighborhood throughout the state. We don't manage it by key or by any type of maintenance.
Okay, so that's not considered level of service
To
by the
us,
city?
it's a program.
Okay, okay.
If the racquetball court is going to be unlocked all the time, what's to keep people from sleeping in there and doing all sorts of things that we do not play racquetball?
Those are going to be some of the logistics we're going to have to work on. For example, hopefully we're going to have staff, like, because of the pool open all the time. That there are lifeguards, there are going to be site managers that are going to handle most of those facilities. The recreation. They're going to have to monitor it, and our curfew is 5 a.m. Like, we shut everything down from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. That everything, all the lights, all the facilities are going to be locked from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's a park curfew. Now, however, if there is a special event, there is a special party going on, then we're going to have to get our director's approval to extend the curfew.
So
But we will have staff.
close to those tennis courts, like the ones that are morning dove, that means it's open to citizens from all over the city. Anybody can go there at any time. So those houses are exposed to a higher level of traffic.
Isn't that the law anyway, though?
Yeah.
Just because we are part of the city, that we are public
We have control of the
places? I mean,
tennis
isn't that already the law, whether we have a limited district or not? Can a limited district prevent an Austin
Public.
citizen from a different area of town from using this facility?
I think that's why I think there is a fee involved, and as long as anybody pays that fee, they can utilize the facilities.
But it's a limited district, you can set the operational
That's right.
rules for your system, and that's your rule.
That would be both the pools and the parks and the...
No, that's not correct. Under the strategic partnership agreement, and this is something that both the MUD and the city agreed to, the pools are open to all citizens of the city of Austin.
That's not true.
No, that is correct, sir. And I could refer you later to the section in the strategic partnership agreement that states exactly that. So it is open to all residents, if assuming they pay, you can pay an entrance fee,
Yes, but they
a
have to
daily
pay.
fee, but it is not restricted as it is today, where you have to purchase a tag, and in order to purchase a tag, you have to be a resident of Anderson Mill. That
That's not
is
true.
no longer in existence.
That's not true. Not true.
Oh, that's correct, but if you're a non-resident, you pay a tag, a price swim tag of $300 something. So that's the difference. But under the strategic partnership agreement, though, any resident from any part of the city, south, east, west, can come use our pool, providing they pay an entrance fee, whether we have a limited district or not. So even with limited district, anyone from any part of the city can come use our pool.
But they will have to pay that special fee,
Whatever fee that the limited district
No,
says.
that's not correct, because they could still pay a daily admission fee. And that would be $3, $5, whatever the limited district
Who
says
decides
the
on the
fee.
fee?
The limited district would decide on the fee, but it cannot be any higher than what the current city rates are.
Actually, that's what I was going to say. Let me go through these because there are a lot